See, I tried to tell you, man, you know what I mean? But people, they don't want to listen to me. See, people, they don't listen to people when they ain't got money. You know what I mean? They only listen to people when they got a little bread in their pocket. You know, they driving, AMG Benzes, and they wearing all the nice clothes and popping their chains and stuff like that. That's the only time people want to listen to you, or unless you from another race or something like that, or unless you can benefit them in some type of way, to help them get money. You know what I mean? See, me, even though I might catch the information, I always take the information and I turn it into my own. I create my own. You see what I'm saying? Out of the information that I receive. I don't never plagiarism. I don't never have to copy off of nobody's paper. You know what I'm saying? I might, sit in the class and watch and learn. But at the end of the day, I take the information that I learn and I go do my own research, and then I apply it for myself. You see what I'm saying? But I say I let to say this, is that the only reason you need a contract is because y'all don't trust each other. Contracts are for people who don't trust each other. You see what I'm saying? So when people go down to the court and they get, these marriage certificates, which is really contracts, you see what I'm saying? It's because they don't trust each other. See, I don't gotta go downtown and get no contract to be married. You know what I'm saying? Because a piece of paper don't mean nothing. A ring don't mean nothing. Only thing mean anything is your word. That's it. Because in the beginning was the word, and the word was with the Most High Yah, and the word became flesh. You know how it go. You can go read that in 1 John 1. I mean, not 1 John, but John 1. So contracts is for people who don't trust each other. You see what I'm saying? See, you got a lot of the problem with our people is they're so socially acceptable to the ideologies of other nations because their identity has been stripped from them. You see what I'm saying? But if you go look in the Constitution of your own state, they have it in writing that I guess what you would call cohabitating is or what they would call what is it called? They call you a bigot. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's specifically in the law that they don't want you to get married or be able to marry another woman, because you got to understand that they don't reproduce like we do. You see what I'm saying? No disrespect to anybody. You see what I'm saying? But a lot of times, a lot of them be sterile. You see what I'm saying? And that's why they try to make you sterile. You see what I'm saying? But when you go back, like I say, it's a movie called with Mel Gibson played in it, and he was I think it's not Braveheart. Yeah, it's Braveheart. The movie is Braveheart. And so in the movie, the English were conquering, and this is for entertainment purposes only. But the English, and these are facts, you can go look this up. You know what I mean? The English would basically, conquer. They was conquering. And they conquered the Dutch, which is basically like your Germans, right? And so when they was conquering them and stuff like that, they had what was called nobilities. You see what I'm saying? And the nobilities would have, nobles over certain areas and certain jurisdictions and certain, provinces. You see what I'm saying? And so when they would get married, you know what I'm saying, the noble that was over that province, or the king or whatever they want to call it, the prince, the governor over that province, before you could actually sleep with your wife, you know what I'm saying, him and his guards would come down, because they would know because you would go to the court and you would get a certificate to get married, and the governor would come down and take your wife and take her and go sleep with her before you did. And it was the same thing during, slavery. When they would get married, the what you call him, the master of the house, he would come down into the ghetto, come down into what they call them, into the quarters, the slave quarters, and he would sleep with your wife before you got a chance to sleep with her. Which is where the term comes from, jumping the broom. You see, so what they would do to keep, from the governor, the house master, whatever you want to call them, from knowing that they was married, you see what I'm saying? They would jump the broom. So as I was saying, if you go back and watch the movie, Mel Gibson and his longtime friend's sister, they got married, but it was secretly. They didn't want nobody to know, but they had like this rag. And you know what I'm saying, while Mel Gibson and his wife was out one day, walking around, she was ahead of him, and they was, fraternizing and being flirtatious and stuff like that, right? And the guard seen it, and so when he seen it, he basically tried to, kidnap his wife and take her, to the governor so that he can, because he found out they was married, so they was running. You got to go back and watch the movie. I ain't gonna spoil it for you, but man, that's where marriage. See, marriage is for people. Contracts, it's for people who can't trust each other. You see what I'm saying? That's what contracts is for. You see what I'm saying? And then contracts are meant to be broken. You see what I'm saying? So contracts is for people who can't trust each other. You see what I'm saying? Because there has to be a level of trust. And with trust, there comes communication. You see what I'm saying? A lot of these people don't trust they mate because they don't communicate. You see what I'm saying? Because a lot of the things that they do in secret. You see what I'm saying? Instead of just being straightforward. You see what I'm saying? But, you can go check the information that, things I'm saying, Like I say, I don't do it for likes. I just, I do it for entertainment purposes only. You understand? So, I hope I was able to help somebody. Like, share, and subscribe. Have a good day.